I must begin today's video with a confession. Remember by telling you that I had attended a webinar with a very famous coach about the art of appearing live on Zoom and Facebook and the art of making good videos for YouTube. I had told you that in 180 minutes that the webinar was conducted, the actual content delivered was only 4.5 minutes. I was wrong. The content delivered in that 180-minute webinar was not 4.5 minutes. It was actually 7.5 minutes. So what I thought I would do was, I would give you the advantages, the plus points, and what to do in one particular video which was delivered last week, and this time tell you the two or three things you must not do when you are shooting a YouTube video or appearing live on Facebook or Zoom, and tell you some of the advantages that this medium gives you which you can exploit. First, the appearing live on Facebook and Zoom. Please, whatever you do, don't spend your time saying, am I audible? Am I visible? Can you see me? Can you hear me? I understand that when you are appearing on Zoom, at times there are challenges with the mic, there are challenges with the sound, and you can't get across properly. But every speaker who comes on Zoom doesn't have to spend 1/3 of his or her allotted time finding out whether he or she is audible or not. So what's the way out? The way out is to mark out one person of the audience and message that person in advance saying, anytime I get out of sync with the mic or the internet connection fails and I'm not heard, give me a particular signal. Keep looking out for that person in the box. And as and when that person gives you that particular signal which you have agreed upon, go back and assess whether your mic is working. Another thing, when you are appearing on a Facebook Live event, most people do not turn up in time, because when you are conducting such an event, you know for sure that if it is announced for 4:30, people will kind of start trickling in gradually so that your first core group is established by, say, 4:45, 4:50 or so. So what people do is they come in late. But by that time, the ones who are most keen to hear you and have come their dot on time have actually disappeared. And some have floated in and floated out and not gone on because it has not started. You are not only losing your audience, you are also losing a critical section of the audience which actually wants to hear you. So what must you do in the first 10 minutes or the first 12 minutes or the first 5 minutes, depending on the length of your Facebook Live, to ensure that you are there, you are speaking, and you are yet not saying something which is the core of your message, which you would actually like to deliver to a larger audience. Whenever I am asked to come on Facebook Live, I always ensure that on the dot at that particular moment, I go live. I don't waste my time saying, let's wait for some people. Why don't we do one thing? Why don't we stop and wait and see if people are coming? Or are there 20 people? Oh, hi such and such, hi such and such. Or hello this, hello that. No. They are not here to hear you say hello to them. They are here to hear a message you want to deliver and they think you are capable of delivering. So I start with a story so that the people who are coming in keep getting associated as the story progresses. And in the first 10 minutes in, say, a 1 hour Facebook Live session, I have just completed a story and an introduction which has hooked people and got them down there. Then I start the main message. So now what must you not do? The same basic precautions which you follow when you give a live speech should be followed when you are making a video. There are 3 or 4 things which are very typically amplified in a video, which you can at times get away with in a live kind of situation, because there the whole of you is visible, the entire background is visible, and therefore the detail of that particular moment fades into insignificance. But when you are doing it like this on a YouTube video, if you make those mistakes, they become very prominent, and one of them is swaying. If you are swaying and speaking effectively, in practice, it's not good, but people might ignore it because they are seeing the whole of you. In this case, you just see the face coming, going back behind, coming close again, and going back behind. Avoid swaying from foot to foot, because when you are swaying even a little from foot to foot, in real life, on a larger canvas, it's a very small percentage of the movement. But when you are seeing it on the screen, you are actually moving 10% of the screen on the left and right. Don't do that. Again, when you are pointing, make sure that your gestures don't get your hands too close to the camera. When you do that, you are almost butting into the person's personal space. And when you do that, that person is likely to, withdraw. Make sure that your movements are restricted to close to your body so that the hands do not get out of proportion with the rest of your body. With this, you are going to have two advantages, which a real speech will never give you. A, you will be able to look people in the eye. When you are speaking to an audience, you can't possibly look everybody in the eye, and there is always the danger that if your eyes actually lock with someone, you are going to have a great difficulty in actually delivering the speech properly. But when you are on the net or when you are on the camera, if you keep looking at the camera, every single person who sees you is going to get the feeling you are talking to them. That's an advantage you get out of this. Go for it. The second advantage is that when you are speaking in real and not moving your hands, you don't quite know what to do with them. Sometimes people put them in their pockets. Sometimes some people steeple them. Sometimes some people use this defensive gesture which actually puts off people. But in most cases, handling the hands when they are not moving is very awkward. In the case of a camera or a video, it's very simple. Just let them sink below cam level and continue to speak. They're going to take care of themselves. Follow these basic principles, use a good camera, and you are going to come out with a superb video which is really going to make an impact. Keep coming back to us for tips on effective speaking every Saturday on Pack Up and Saturday. And remember to
join the Street to Change family.